Hello and welcome to episode number 14 of WITM. The Intercontinental Champion Gerald will not be in action on this edition of Raw. However, it looks like he has requested some time on the microphone to call out another Raw superstar. Could it be one of his longtime rivals, The Miz, or Braun Strowman? Or does he have someone new in his sights? Let's find out and hear who Gerald wants to call out.
To start this way.
He ain't just
this should be good. He's not going to keep us waiting, so let's find out.
He's got thunder in his footsteps and lightning in his fists. And the Lord wasn't joking when he kicked him out of Eden. It wasn't for no reason that he shed his blood. His return is very close, so you better be believing. Our God is an awesome God.
I'm not in the mood to play games right now, so let's get down to business. I've got something to say, and I'm not waiting a second longer to say it. I want to talk about a certain superstar. You know the one I'm talking about. This guy must have been born on a highway because that's where the most accidents happen. Ooh. Are you ready for this, WWE Universe? Are you ready to see the matchup of the century? Are you ready for WWE history to be made right here in this very ring? Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Braun Strowman. Boo, I scare you. Come on, come on. I scared you, didn't I? I know the city's got their fair share of creeps, but ain't no one as creepy as me. Ha 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 ha. And now, it's time for some fun. Ooh, I like to have fun. Look who it is. The man, the myth, the motor mouth. Clearly, you have some reason for being out here. So why don't you do us all a favor and say what you have to say and get the heck out of here? You might not know this, but I actually think you're an amazing superstar. You've achieved so much in your time here, earning the respect of the fans and the locker room. That's why I want to fight you. You will be my greatest challenge yet, and if I can beat you, then I'll be one step closer to being the best. Right now, you're just being a broken record. Are you going to say something for real, or just yank my chain? If you have something real to say, now's the time to say it. Otherwise, you're wasting everyone's time. If it's a fight you want, then it's a fight you'll get, because I'm ready anytime, anywhere. I'll admit that you're an impressive athlete. If you weren't, you never would have made it to the WWE in the first place. However, I can say the same thing about myself since I'm here as well. It looks like the only way to settle things between us is with a match. I know you want a match. I'm looking forward to finally getting my hands on you and being the lesson of a lifetime into you. There will be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I'll make you regret the day you ever crossed my path. But as for tonight, my answer is no.
Definitely.
You may not really care about what the WWE Universe thinks. That's because you're too dumb to understand that without them, we're nothing. Everything we do is for them. And right now, they want to see us fight, regardless of what you think. It's honestly not worth fighting tonight. I know this isn't a match that people want to see. You're not ready. The WWE Universe deserves us at the top of our game, and that's not tonight. I want our clash to be epic, something for the history books, not just another webpage entry, but lasting memory etched in the mind. You know, most other superstars, they would have ranted and raved and lost their cool. Not me. I know that to keep my eyes on the prize, I have to keep my path clear. I won't risk that by being baited into something messy. I won't play that game.
Now we know what we have in store.
That was top-notch right there.
I love it. Let's get it going.
Alright, so Gerald wins the promo battle against an old rival of his, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. It looks like they are now going to be an official rivalry, and I can guess that it will be over Gerald's Intercontinental title.
And here we are, finally, the main event. Don't even think about going anywhere.
Alright. And Raw rolls on. And we will get you your results from this edition of Raw. And find out how that affects the rankings on Raw. Finn Balor defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. In our Cruiserweight action on Raw, the team of Ariya Daivari and Mustafa Ali defeated Kalisto and Lince Dorado, once again teaming together as they did on Main Event, and once again taking a loss. Big E defeated Bobby Roode, Eric Young, and The Miz in a fatal 4-way. The Miz took the fall, Bobby Roode and Eric Young with no decision. The Usos defeated the Authors of Pain in tag team action. Bayley defeated Asuka. And in the main event, Big Show with an upset over Universal Champion Kevin Owens, who will definitely fall from the number one power ranking spot at the end of the week. That's likely good news for Andrew. And how does that affect the rankings on Raw? Let's find out before we go to SmackDown Live and seek out our episode 14 match. Alright, starting as usual with the Raw women. Bayley defeated Asuka. That makes Bayley the number one contender. Asuka majorly struggling since losing her Raw Women's Championship to the current champion, Ember Moon, falls all the way down to number 8. And that was the only women's action. Ember Moon's top 5 contenders to the Raw Women's Championship. Number 1, Bayley. Number 2, Nikki Bella. Number 3, Alicia Fox. Number 4, Nikki Cross. And number 5, Liv Morgan. And now the Raw Tag Team rankings. The Usos defeat the Authors of Pain. Usos and Authors of Pain swap spots. Usos to number 2. Authors of Pain to number 3. And the top 5 contenders to the Bars Raw Tag Team Championships. Number 1, Sanity. Number 2, the Usos. Number 3, Authors of Pain. Number 4, The Revival. And number 5, Hype Bros. And now the Cruiserweight rankings. Ariya Daivari and Mustafa Ali defeated Kalisto and Lince Dorado. Mustafa Ali remains number 1 contender. Daivari moves up to number 10. Kalisto falls to number 14. Daivari falls to... I'm sorry, not Daivari. Lince Dorado falls to number 9. In the top 5 contenders to Andrew's Cruiserweight Championship, number 1, Mustafa Ali. Number 2, Tony Nese. Number 3, Akira Tozawa. Number 4, Grand Metalik. And number 5, Cedric Alexander. And now the Intercontinental Championship rankings. Finn Balor defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. Balor's not in these rankings, but Nakamura is. He falls to number 14. Big E defeated The Miz with no decision for Bobby Roode and Eric Young. Big E moves up to number 3. Miz falls to number 2. Bobby Roode, who took a no decision, that will be good enough to make him the number 1 contender, with The Miz taking the fall. And Eric Young falls to 13, which means 2 free spots for Jason Jordan. Big Show defeated Kevin Owens. Owens falls to number 11. Big Show falls to 17. Or no, Big Show won. So, yeah, Owens falls to 11. Big Show moves up to 15. And the top 5 contenders to Garrett's Intercontinental Championship: number 1, Bobby Roode; number 2, The Miz; number 3, Big E; number 4, Sheamus; and number 5, Big Cass. And now the Universal Championship rankings. Finn Balor defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. Balor moves up to 4. Nakamura is not in these rankings. Big E defeated The Miz, Bobby Roode, and Eric Young. Roode is the only one out of that match in these rankings. He falls to he took a no decision, so he doesn't fall. I'll get the hang of this eventually. And Big Show defeated Kevin Owens. No change because Show is not in these rankings and Owens is champion. And the top 5 contenders to Kevin Owens Universal Championship: number 1, Brock Lesnar; number 2, Sheamus; number 3, Randy Orton; number 4, Finn Balor; number 5, Bobby Roode. WITM's Gerald remains at number 7. Now we move on to SmackDown Live. Is that where we will find our episode 14 match? And will it be another Battle Royal? And we are not going to find our episode 14 match in this episode, it appears. However, we are going to hear from the WWE Champion Seth Rollins, as this is the Go Home SmackDown Live before Clash of Champions, and it's grayed out, so I guess I better make sure there's a show assigned to that. That might change the card. I mean, back out and back in. I guess it's a good thing I noticed that before we actually tried to do Clash of Champions and the game sent past it. Alright, still no changes to the card. We have, strangely, 3 women's matches, a triple threat, and a tag team match. Alright. Alright, but we are going to hear from the WWE Champion, Seth Rollins, as he addresses his WWE title defense inside of a steel cage at Clash of Champions against WITM's Dalton Roush. Let's hear what Rollins has to say. Clash of Champions will be a busy night for the Shield. But make no mistake, we will get the job done. As Roman would put it, SmackDown Live is our yard. And anyone back there who wants to hold any gold on SmackDown Live has to get through the Shield. You know, Dalton, I was hoping you would come out here because I'm about to make you an offer I thought I would never make. See, it seems that we have some bitter people over on Raw who want to come here to the A show and try to make a statement by attacking me. Add to that the fact that we hold all of the gold on SmackDown Live and we have an enormous target on our backs. Now, Roman, Dean, and myself were really impressed with how you were able to work with us during Survivor Series. That's why, with the entire WWE against us, we would like to add to the Shield's numbers. Dalton Roush, on behalf of the Shield, I would like to officially invite you to join the Shield. I don't do teams. Survivor Series was a one-time deal, and that was only to leave Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan no choice but to finally give me my well-deserved one-on-one WWE Championship match. But you know, there is one very important thing that I am missing that I used to have in Hollywood. And after I become WWE Champion and have a target placed on my back, it's going to be of even more importance that I have them. And that is a group of bodyguards to watch my back whenever I come down to this ring.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Patent pockets. We take the dollar, dollar. Can a damn soul stop it?
Here comes the new kid on the block. Hold all your bets, here's where the buck stops. See, first of all, I'm stepping out on my own. About time I elevated to claim my own throne. Success in my blood, call it home.
So from what I am hearing, you, Seth Rollins, want Dalton to join the Shield. And you, Dalton, want to have the Shield as your own personal protection service. It sounds to me like we have an added stipulation to our Steel Cage WWE Championship match this Sunday at Clash of Champions. Seth Rollins, if you successfully retain your WWE Championship, Dalton Roush will join the Shield. And Dalton Roush, if you become WWE Champion, you will be accompanied by the Shield during each of your future matches. Either way, things are certainly going to be interesting following Clash of Champions. Good luck to both of you. Alright, so a huge announcement just made by SmackDown COO Shane McMahon. Seth Rollins says, with Kevin Owens jumping me, and with all the animosity going on between Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live, plus the fact that we have a huge target on our backs from the rest of the Raw locker room, or rather the SmackDown locker room, due to the fact that the Shield holds all the gold on SmackDown Live, with Seth Rollins holding the WWE Championship, Dean Ambrose holding the United States Championship, and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose holding the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. That it seems that the Shield has no choice but to increase their numbers to fight off all the people who would want to attack them. Seth Rollins invites Dalton Roush to join the Shield. He says, I have a better idea. I want the Shield to be my personal protection service when I come down to the ring. And so Shane McMahon makes it official at Clash of Champions. In just 5 days now, it's going to be Seth Rollins versus Dalton Roush inside of a steel cage for the WWE Championship. If Seth Rollins retains the WWE Championship, Dalton Roush must join the Shield. If Dalton Roush becomes WWE Champion, then the Shield, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns must accompany Dalton to the ring for all of his matches and be his personal protection service. Alright, and we keep on seeking our WITM matchup as we have a pretty strange card on SmackDown Live. So we'll jot down our results for SmackDown Live and keep on looking for our next WITM matchup for episode 14, if we even will get a match on this episode. Alright, Jinder Mahal defeats Sami Zayn and AJ Styles, with Styles taking the fall. And our first of 3 women's matches, Natalya defeats Becky Lynch. Billie Kay with an upset over SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte. Alexa Bliss defeats Sasha Banks. The Shield defeating the team of Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. And Seth Rollins winning a promo battle with Dolph Ziggler. And we'll see how that affects the rankings on SmackDown Live. Starting with the SmackDown women. Natalya defeated Becky Lynch. Natalya moves up to number 4, but Alexa won as well. So Alexa to number 3. Natalya to number 4. Becky Lynch falls to number 7. Billie Kay with a non-title victory over Charlotte. Billie Kay remains number 1 contender, and Charlotte is still champion. So it looks like it's going to be Billie Kay versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title at Clash of Champions. And Alexa Bliss defeats Sasha Banks. They swap spots. Alexa to number 2, Sasha to number 3. And Charlotte's top 5 contenders to her SmackDown Women's Championship. Number 1, Billie Kay. Number 2, Alexa Bliss. Number 3, Sasha Banks. Number 4, Natalya. And number 5, Tamina. In the SmackDown Tag Team Division, the Shield defeated Gable and Benjamin. Shield remains Tag Team Champions. Gable and Benjamin fall to number 3. And the Shield's top 5 contenders, number 1, The Ascension. Number 2, the Hardy Boys. Number 3, Gable and Benjamin. Number 4, Gallows and Anderson. And number 5, Heath Slater and Rhino. And now the United States Championship rankings. Jinder Mahal defeated AJ Styles and Sami Zayn, with Styles taking the fall. Jinder is not in these rankings. Styles is. He falls to number 4. Zayn remains at number 10 with a no decision. And the top 5 contenders to Dean Ambrose's U.S. title. Number 1, Samoa Joe. Number 2, Roman Reigns. Number 3, Jeff Hardy. Number 4, AJ Styles. Number 5, Mike Kanellis. But remember, AJ Styles was part of the winning SmackDown Live Survivor Series team. He will take on Dean Ambrose, cashing in his earned title opportunity from being on that winning team. It's going to be Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship at Clash of Champions. And now the WWE Championship rankings. Jinder Mahal defeated AJ Styles with no decision for Sami Zayn. Mahal moves up to number 5. Styles falls to 5, so that's another spot for Jinder Mahal. And Zayn is not in these rankings. Seth Rollins' top 5 contenders as of right now after Clash of Champions, because Dalton has the guaranteed title match. Number 1, Roman Reigns. Number 2, Dolph Ziggler. Number 3, Dean Ambrose. Number 4, Jinder Mahal. And number 5, AJ Styles. Alright, and we keep on searching for our next WITM matchup. Will we find it on 205 Live? No, we will not. But we are going to be hearing from Andrew, it looks like, in a show closer promo to end this edition of 205 Live. So, but Andrew has something else he wanted to say, so I'm not sure how we're going to work that out. But the next thing you'll see will be Andrew speaking one way or another, so let's hear what he has to say. Alright, so we are going to go with the game's promo for Andrew and save the one that I was going to have Andrew do on 205 Live for the next edition of 205 Live, the Go Home 205 Live, for a tribute for the troops. So it looks like Andrew, now recently turned heel and still Cruiserweight Champion, has someone in his sights he wants to call out. Let's find out who that is.
What could this be about?
He looks very focused and ready to make a point.
This could honestly be about a few things. Let's find out.
You see what's in my hand? This right here is called a microphone, and whoever holds it is the one who's allowed to talk. Right now, I'm the one holding the microphone, so I'm going to talk, and all of you are going to shut up and listen. So many hushed whispers lately whenever I walk by. That's all I hear. Whisper, whisper, whisper. That guy's got beef. Want to hear a story about that guy? Whisper, whisper, whisper. Well, I like to make sure I'm heard, so if there's someone in the back that's got a problem, I want them to say it out loud right now. So let's see what this man has to say for himself. Come on, Mustafa Ali. I know you didn't spend the last of your gas money to get here just to check out the sights of the locker room. Let's do this. If I can get it come up in time, I'll play his music, but ain't looking that way.
With everything going on lately, we thought we might see him tonight. He's ready to lay it all out right here.
You know it's been a minute, boy, I've been inside. Yeah, I swear on it all, I'm gonna get it. I'ma go hard, I'ma go hard, I'ma go hard. Let's go! I'ma go hard, I'ma go.
I know you guys weren't expecting me out here right now, especially you. But if there's one thing about the WWE that I know fans enjoy, it's surprises. Now lately you and I have had some differences. I'm here tonight because it's time for the two of us to have a discussion. Look, we've been down this road before. Superstar comes out, says a whole lot of uninteresting stuff, then I beat them senseless. You'd think I'd be bored of it, but I'm not. I regret to inform you, the WWE Universe, that crime has occurred in this arena this very night. It was a heinous act, but I'm thankful for the miracle that you're all still alive. That man in the ring should be arrested for attempted murder for trying to talk you to death. I'll say whatever I want. Do you honestly think that these people think you matter? Wrong. These people are a bunch of sheep, and they do what I tell them. And the only suffering going on around here is the fact that these people have to look at your ugly face right now. Is the WWE Universe hearing what I'm hearing? It sounds to me like you want to have a match. And you know what? I think that's a great idea. There's nothing that makes me feel more alive than being the snot out of a loudmouth punk like you. You must be crazy. There must be something wrong with you medically, or you're not thinking straight. Your marbles have been missing for more than 48 hours, and it's time you found them, because you wouldn't enjoy my fist leading a search party into your face. You remind me of a plumber. You're always sticking your hand in the worst places and pulling out nothing but crap. Meanwhile, your career is circling the drain, and no amount of snaking can bring it back up. Do you know who I am or what I've done? Have you seen the things I'm capable of? You better do yourself a favor. Go back and study some footage. Get some knowledge. I've had an epiphany that I need to share with you in the entire WWE Universe. After listening to this man, I realized I don't need to face him. I've already proven I'm better. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for reaffirming my belief in myself. You're a real gem.
Did anyone else get that?
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Alright, so Mustafa Ali wins this promo battle. I think one of the better scripted promos we've had so far. Scripted by the game. Is this going to be the start of a rivalry between Andrew and Ali over Andrew's Cruiserweight title? That remains to be seen. For now, we'll get you, here's your results from 205 Live, and we'll have yet another rankings update for you as we continue to seek out our next WITM match. TJP defeated Jack Gallagher. Brian Kendrick defeated Kalisto. Rich Swann defeated Enzo Amore. And as part of a rivalry that is official on 205 Live now, Drew Gulak defeated Akira Tozawa. Alright, and how does that affect the rankings on 205 Live? Let's find out. TJP defeated Jack Gallagher. TJP to number 11. Gallagher falls to number 9. Brian Kendrick defeated Kalisto. They swapped spots. Kendrick to number 14, Kalisto to the bottom, number 15. Rich Swann defeated Enzo Amore. Swann moves up to number 9. Enzo falls to 14. The real life Cruiserweight Champion and his number 1 contender at the bottom of the rankings in WITM. Drew Gulak defeated Akira Tozawa. Gulak moves up to number 5, and will move up again to number 4 and swap spots with the man he defeated, Tozawa. And Andrew's top 5 contenders to the Cruiserweight Championship. Number 1, Mustafa Ali, the man he may have a rivalry with soon, so that would make sense. Number 2, Tony Nese. Number 3, Grand Metalik. Number 4, Drew Gulak. And number 5, Akira Tozawa. And how close are we to a rivalry between Andrew and Mustafa Ali? Let's check. The bar for the rivalry between Gerald and Braun Strowman is about halfway filled. And same for Andrew and Mustafa Ali. Looks like we have a new rivalry on SmackDown Live as well between The Shield and Gable and Benjamin. No rivalries yet on NXT. Alright, speaking of NXT, will we see Corey in action? Are we going to have our answer from Drew McIntyre about Corey's proposal to form a tag team? And we do not have a WITM matchup on here as well. But Drew McIntyre did take to Twitter to deliver his answer for Corey. What did he have to say? All right. And We're nearly 45 minutes into this episode, and still no match. Looks like we unfortunately are not going to have a match here in episode number 14, but we have the 2 rivalries developing and a new stipulation to our WWE Championship match at Clash of Champions. So that is going to do it for episode number 14. Episode 15, we will either have Cruiserweight action for you on main events if Andrew is randomly selected, or we will have Dalton Roush versus Seth Rollins at Clash of Champions for the WWE Championship inside of a steel cage. If Seth Rollins retains, Dalton Roush joins the Shield. If Dalton Roush becomes WWE Champion, the Shield will be Dalton's personal protection service. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you're a long-time watcher, I'd appreciate if you did that anyway. That will help out the channel. Be sure to check out WITM's official website. The link is in the description for info about WITM's history, WITM's current roster, and an application page to join yourself or give any feedback as well. There's even a video describing the different features of the website. You can find that on this channel. Andrew, the man you just saw speaking of promo, has his own YouTube channel. It's called Andrew Spud Strong. That link will also be in the description, so go support Andrew. And that does it for episode 14. Sorry we didn't have any in-ring match action for you, but the game just doesn't seem to want to book WITM characters right now. We'll see you in episode 15, either at main event or at Clash of Champions. We'll also have the rankings updates for whatever shows get simmed. And until then, this is Corey from WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.